to add on to the power question, and the point about the power, and how much can we expect Owen Caissie to really contribute in that area? Like, obviously, it just got added to the 40-man. You're a prospect guy, as you said. Like, you know all about Owen Caissie. But how much can we reasonably expect Owen Caissie to contribute in the power department and just like as an overall player at the big league level?
I think he's going to end up being a pretty good power hitter. I just think it's going to come probably with a low average. I think Steamer has his projection around like a 230 hitter right now. I would say that's fair, you know? And the other thing we've run into, think back to like early season PCA and even late 2023 PCA, where he was bad. He was a bad hitter. You know, he's almost borderline unplayable from an offensive perspective. Like, that is somewhat consistent among a lot of prospects we've seen come up in baseball, to get like Jackson Holiday, even like Wyatt Langford early in his career. Like, all these surefire guys struggled initially because the gap between AAA pitching and the major leagues is so massive. It's starting to widen even more and more, where you're just not seeing a lot of quality pitching in the minors. So I wouldn't be surprised if you get Owen Caissie up and he struggles for like a month or two, where it's like a, 38% strikeout rate. And he's still hitting bombs when he gets pitches middle, but really going to have to understand how to cover sliders down in, like changeups away. Like, breaking stuff is definitely something that he's probably going to have to lay off as much as possible to drive up the walk rate. I wouldn't say his discipline's terrible. Like, he walked, I think, above 10% of the time at AAA. I wouldn't be surprised if he struggles for a little. And I'm going to say this about any prospect that comes up over the next 3 to 4 years, 5 years. It's inevitable. So then you run into the perspective of how much tolerance do you have for a guy to struggle in a lineup, because the only way you're going to get better is if you play every day. And for PCA, that was because he was such a good defender. The net of him as a player was neutral to positive enough to leave him in center and have him struggle offensively. Caissie, to me, is more like an average-ish outfielder in right field. I would even say like maybe slightly below long term. I know he's improved a lot in the last couple of years, but I still don't think that's like a Gold Glove right fielder. He's got an arm, but I don't know if they're going to have tolerance for him to face left-handed hitters, etc. Like, he's going to have to play every day versus right-handed hitters or right-handed pitching. And right now, based on the current roster construction, I'm not exactly sure where he's getting those ABs through, which is maybe why we've seen some of the Cody Bellinger rumors about him not wanting to be traded. The organization wanting to trade him. I saw that from Rosenthal and Sahadev Sharma recently. So I don't know. Like, that's going to be a tough contract to trade, especially with his opt-in for 2026. Like, you're going to take pennies on the dollar to let Owen Caissie struggle for 2 months. Like, I don't think that's going to look great. So it's a very tough situation for teams like this that are expected to win the division, but also have prospects that need to develop, and those guys need at-bats at the majors.
We all silly like the mayor.